We'll maybe see some players attempt to block off, maybe seeing them aggressive strategies, trying to push into the enemy base, making sure they can't do anything. We're going to see the Joe Megalodontia card from Lucky. However, going to redraw instead, getting a very nice hand opening.
It's certainly going to be interesting, seeing as new cards for the new season only recently released less than 24 hours ago, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how players have adapted to this.
I mean, judging from the first half of the tournament, we know players already love the Joe card.
Yeah, Joe is very popular.
It's crazy how large and how much volume the card occupies. It's just denial, space denial, for such a large area of the board.
We see Lucky using the steel lure off of that Megalodontia, trying to wrap around that Ouroboros and getting right into the base, and it's looking like she's going to manage that.
Lucky will manage to get there if Lucky does want to. Instead, seeing a big man play option, however, going to use the E-leader to reach into the base. Ooh! The Goldie strategy.
Now she can absolutely wreak havoc on Maxim's base.
Indeed. I'm curious because the Ouroboros Goldie combo is a bit of a recent development. You can play it, those two cards, and it will create a perfect wall that cannot be broken through on Main Street. However, because it was played a turn too late, instead, Lucky is able to actually break through the defense. So we're going to have to see how Maxim will adapt to this. Little Judd, able to get a special point, however, losing so much turf in the process, barely any space for base building. Maxim's going to have to special attack to get anywhere in this game.
Yeah. Lucky's trying to find... It's looking like either a Splat Charger, a Splat Charger Sports. That isn't going to get any special, but that is going to be a good special block placement for special attacks later in the game.
I very much agree with that. There's so much turf that can be occupied right there with a special attack. No special blocks in the way. Interesting that the Tetra Dualies was not played where the Splat Charger was. There was a potential opportunity for that. With how
to say, Lucky doesn't have many options with not any good cards to play in the base, but that's quickly disproven by that Crack-On Splat Roller. That is going to get one special.
Maxim
going for a special with Small Fry. That is going to be 3 special for a price of 1.
And now we see Lucky contemplating whether or not, because those 3 special points, those allow you to play a special attack card, a special weapon, like Ultra Stamp, like there, and we're going to potentially see it break into the base, but Lucky taking the time.
Brilliant block there.
Very well done. Defending the base. We're going to see the Mudmouth and then Suction Bomb for 2 more special points on Lucky's end. She has got this locked down. 5 special points.
That is going to be game 1 going to Lucky.
Indeed. Clear dominance from the start with that Steel Ill placement, just being very aggressive, and it paid off. We're going to see the counter pick, Thunderpoint. This is a map we've also seen before in this tournament. The lightning shape. Very interesting how certain players decide to play this map. It's really fitting for all styles. Some people play defensively, try to block off half of it straight down the middle. Some people play super aggressively, so we'll have to see how these players go.
As a solid starting hand, Ouroboros is a pretty good opener for this map.
Indeed. The Cold-Blooded Bandit Shiver. Oh, I'm seeing Marie. I'm expecting that Callie is also in this deck as well, and that combos very well with Ouroboros. Instead, playing aggressively at the start, trying to take advantage of maybe not the best opener of Shiver Bandit. Mm. So we see Jalonzo being played around the Horrorboros, trying to reach around potentially. The Gootuber is a card that could block off any and all progress Maxim could make around Horrorboros.
Elita is going to very much cause some damage in Maxim's base.
Indeed, winning the clash and just absolutely, just once again wrecking havoc. That seems to be Lucky's go-to strategy.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Oh, Mr. Grizz stopping any further damage there.
And now we're faced with the same dilemma. 3 special points from Maxim. Will he go and special attack early to try to wreak havoc? We see Lucky has Big Man as a potential way to build a combo in the base off Horrorboros. It's a well-known combo. The question is, will she play it? Or will Lucky or Maxim? Yeah, she's going to play it early, not risking a potential special attack ruining the base. Splat Charger can be played to get a special point at the top. I don't think Lucky sees it, however.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yes, played in the upper section of where Mr. Grizz was with the other special point. You would have activated it. Instead,
Maxim passing though.
That is very rough. Lucky does get Little Judd for 3 more special points. She is very well set going into this endgame. Even with the slightly suboptimal play, it is looking very good for Lucky here.
Maxim going for the ink vac, trying to find something to work with here.
Gets himself a special point. It does work, but he's so far behind in both turf and in terms of special points. Having
Lucky just grabbing that special point from Wiper. She now has enough special for 2 3-12s in these last 3 turns.
Indeed.
Contemplating the Steel Eel, that is a smart choice, as that is going to get some special there.
I'm curious, does she have a place where she can play Steel Eel, then maybe Splatter Shot or Tenatech Splatter Shot for even more special points? She'll have 4. I'm trying to see if there's a play. Yeah, there is. She can play Splatter Shot up where the Wiper was just played as a special attack and get enough special points to fire off a 3rd special attack.
Ultrasound looking like what seems to be a last-ditch effort for Maxim. 2 turns left. And it's looking like this is going to go to Lucky.
It does. She has to convert this position at the end. Going to play Ultra Stamp early here? Is she not going to play it right over?
Perfect right there.
Yeah, because Maxim just played his own Ultra Stamp.
Yes.
And so you're able... Oh, but there's no special point connecting it. That's actually a very nice thing to see.
Still a solid amount of points there, though.
Lucky still is 29 points up with Tri-Slosher. That would make it 33 points up.
That's an impossible point deficit to come back from, meaning Lucky is taking game 2.
Bringing this at 2-0. Maxim, now facing elimination on this final game, has to win 3 in a row, reverse sweep it to come back. And we are going to be going to...
Lakefront.
Lakefront, I believe. I wasn't sure what the acronym was being said in chat.
Lakefront property for what could be potentially the last game of this set. That is a pretty good opening hand for Lucky. Megalodontia and Big Man.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, that is such a crazy opening hand. The fact
Megalodontia is the best card in the game right now. Holy!
It appears so. Being able to loop around the far side of the map like that, turn 1, you can't get that with any other card. And it still has a spot for Gnarly Eddie, and it allows for you to play defensively at the bottom. There's just so much it does. There's both players, Megalodontia and Hype Manta Storm. I think we know.
There is a spot. Oh, sorry, you can speak.
Yeah, it feels like that's going to be a common trend for all of the Lakefront games. Big Man was a meta before. and now everyone's picking up Joe, so we're probably going to see that a lot more.
Steal going straight through that tri-stringer and getting the special.
Very nice for Lucky. Though it's not the most defensive play. If Lucky has a card such as Gnarly Eddie to be played around the starting block, she's not going to be able to defend against that, as Lucky seems to be taking, or as Maxim seems to be taking a page to just charging full speed ahead, trying to stop any base progress whatsoever. Lucky with not the greatest.
Double Gootuber.
Double Gootuber.
Often.
It's not. It's pretty. It's pretty out there because normally you have them combo with other cards like Slosher or the Squid Sisters, but no, we just see them played off of each other.
There is a good 10 to tech spot that will get too special up near top center, but the question is, when is Lucky going to go for that, if at all?
Yeah, she's probably going to have to go for it soon, but instead passing, seemingly having a better idea in mind of where to play that 10 attack. But because of that pass, isn't able to play the power clam either. I'm curious as to why Lucky is not playing the 10 attack. She does pick it up and does play it.
Getting too special is about even, depending on what Maxim plays here.
Still has a slight turf advantage. Maxim has a very nice special point advantage thanks to that double Gootuber combo.
Well, this is going to bring that special advantage level. Never mind, it is not. Maxim got another. Nowhere to play Lil Jard.
Indeed, you're right, because all of the tri-stringers, they've blocked off so much of the map, and there's just nowhere for Lucky to be able to play them.
Maxim bringing out 10 to tech, getting yet another special. That's enough for 2 3-12s.
Slosher can be played, though I don't think it will be able to get a special point. It can be played on the screen, but it's just barely missing that last square to activate the special point. 2 points left. The players are going to have to start special attacking now. Power Clam could work if you can find another card to play it off of. Instead, going to take a simple route.
A nice perfect Lil Jard. That's going to get 16 points, plus enough for a tri-stringer in the last turn. Not tri-stringer, Inkzuka. Trizuka.
312.
Yes, I know Splatoon weapons.
And so we're going to see what Maxim goes for here. He's got 7 special points. He's going to play Gnarly Eddie, activate a special point for Lucky as well. He can do that because he was probably gambling on Lucky having her own special that she's going to activate. 4 special points is no different from 3 special points in most scenarios, because you're only spending 3 special points for your special attack. So giving your opponent one kind of works, actually.
It's all coming down to a final turn here. Maxim needs to get a 16-point swing, if I'm not mistaken, to tie, and 15 to win this game.
Very possible. Especially with 4 special points, he does have options. He can play 312 if it's not optimal. Oh, and
that's a color screen.
That is very likely going to be enough. I hope I'm not saying it too preemptively. And yes.
Yes, Maxim managing to take one game. Let's see if that momentum can carry him to a 3-2 win, potentially.
We're going to see. As we go to Pedal to the Metal. One of the new maps.
One of the most unique maps, being a slightly altered version of Main Street, but with 6 special blocks.
Definitely. It definitely creates some variable strategies. You can see Octo Disco. I wonder if either of these players run Harmony, which is one of my strategies. We're going to see Dynamo Rollers.
Ooh, different uses there. Maxim going for a push, but Lucky playing it slower and just getting 2 special right off the bat.
Maxim's going to take advantage of this and push aggressively
Very fortunate there for Maxim, as that special block on Fry, I think that is, has just been erased. Is that Fry or is it Shiver? I forget.
No, that's Shiver. They're both off to the side, so it didn't override a special point. It's just hidden off to the side. Very nice though that Lucky was able to get Hero Shot when she did. She now has 5 special points activated just 4 turns in.
Now the question is Lucky going to try and stop Maxim from getting those special blocks? And if so, how?
Rapid Blaster there looks to be pretty good. If you
Works.
if you leave an opening gap that your opponent has to fill in, that's time they have to take out of one of their precious turns to fill it in and get those special points, which may not be worth it.
The Ultra Stamp coming out from Maxim right now.
That's a bit telling about the hand that Maxim has. It's not ideal to be playing a 312 this early as a card to push with. Lil Judd.
It's definitely seeming like Maxim isn't going to be able to get many of those specials, which is, at least to my knowledge, a big part of this map.
Indeed, you have so many large cards that you want to be using 3 special attacks in the last 3 turns because there's just so many specials on the board. And so if you're not able to do that, you're going to be losing to the players who have activated those special points. Like Lucky here, she's going to be able to activate 2 more, get up to 8 special points.
All 6 of the starting blocks.
Mm-hmm.
But both players going for Suction Bomb in the exact same way.
I have a feeling I know why. It's because Octo Disco, you play Octo Disco around the starting block, play the Suction Bomb in between to the side of the gap that it will create, and you activate almost all of the special blocks. Lucky having to pass this turn is...
3 turns left, and Lucky has enough special for 3 312s if she was carrying 3 312s.
I don't think you want to carry that many on this map.
Yeah, no, it's not a good idea, but if you did, then, like, if she was, then she could.
Yeah. We're going to see Maxim fire off early. Ink back. Unfortunately, it will be covered up partially by the custom E-leader.
Still maintaining special there.
Yeah, he still maintains a good point lead. Lucky, passing Ouroboros means she doesn't actually have it to special attack anymore. Shiver is her only card remaining that is her largest card remaining, and so that was a bit of a misplay passing Ouroboros. She's going to have to settle.
It's a pretty good Ultra Stamp, though. I'm pretty sure that's only missing out on 1 potential point.
Indeed it is. Just that far right tile, that's just not covered up. 23-point swing. We're gonna see how this last turn goes. Joe
Megalodontia coming out. That's going to get 2 special for Maxim. Nice. That's enough for a 312, and it's looking like Maxim's going to take this game as well.
It does look like that. He has to find a good special spot for it. He already used an Ultra Stamp prior, so does he still have another 312 to use?
That's true, actually.
Credit to Maxim for finding that Megalodontia spot early on, and he doesn't have it. The 312 Ultra Stamp that was played earlier.
Oh, and a communication error has occurred. We lost
Maxim. We lost Maxim. He dissipated as soon as the match was over. That is unfortunate, having played your 312 so early on, and then not being able to use it.
Looking at the brackets, that does mean that Lucky is going to be going into the semi-finals and playing against Yuvin.